now on the Celette jig, so I've made all the brackets up and so on, which has been good. Now I've got to work out where to start. I'd quite like to get this corner done here, and the outer sills done, or rather the, inner structure of the sills. And then I've got all this A-post area to deal with, and this cross member here. So we've got this bit there, that one, that becomes that. So this is all the panels I've been making last year. Then we've got a panel in here which is completely missing, which then joins up in here, which is that one. So I've got to let that in. Then that, on the inside as that one, it's going to go back in here like that. That sort of joins on there, something like that. About there. That has that trunking going in, and like the middle of that trunking, so that's got to go through there like that. That becomes this air duct, it goes up through there, and goes into there, like that. So that's that bit. New ones of these, I made a new one of them, that goes in there. That's the closing panel. So that's actually for the other side. You get the idea, I made it there. This bit was missing entirely. This is a bit that goes in here, like that, and you see that's where the air duct would go in there. So that's going to go in there, cut that off entirely. Luckily I've got patterns, so I knew how to do that. So that's where we sort of get, we've got to at the minute. I guess we should have a better look at what went on with the jig and what the plans are. So I'll get you off of the tripod and we'll have a look. So, jig. So there we are. Made these stanchions up. You can see there, they tie in like that to those tops there. See there, it bolts through there. That's where the track control arm goes. Then I've got a dummy cross member in. This is a spare one I've got. This one got no bolts in it because remember it was all messed up that lot, wasn't it, when I took the chassis rail off? And of course all of this is so I can rebuild the chassis rail, which you can see there's not a lot of it. And that, I have to machine this piece up, and you can see that angles forwards like that. Well, that's to allow to set your caster angle. And caster angle is where the wheel, where the suspension leans forwards, which means that when you take your hand off the steering wheel, the car will track straight and run straight down the line. The caster angle, good example of caster angle, what it is, it's like on a bicycle, isn't it? So it's that angle you get on a bike, which again means you take your hands off the handlebars and it will go forward. So you can see where the hub is there, and you see that's forward of the steering angle. So you've got a raked forward steering angle, then that's pushed forwards as well, and that gives you your caster angle. So the caster angle is that angle through there. See how it leans forwards, and then of course it's also shunted forwards there. So that's an example of what caster is. So you'll see it on everything really. Here's a little Arbos project. So that's the front of the car, and we go on to the back, and I've mounted this up. So where this would go, which is what takes your rear trailing arms. The rear trailing arms go in here and in here, and then that mounts through the body. And that's where these Dinos can crack. Not on this bit, but where it mounts through the body. But these, I've welded it all up on this one. But you can see there, so I've made that bracketry up that carries it. And that's that bit. So that pins me back in. Now I'll have to do more when I get up the very back of the car to tie it in, because we've got lots of work here to do, but it's not so much of this structural. But the big problem is these turret mounts. I'll have to make something up to mount those, because all that's got to come off. But that's that under seat pan thing, remember I was doing? And there's the exhaust mount. So I made all that and let that in. So that bit's done. Finished off that floor pan. Put that floor pan in, and I just had to spot weld it through the edges there. You can see the spot welds there. This needs a bit more cleaning, but we'll salvage most of this sill. But obviously we've got problems on the returns here, that you can see where it's peppered there. So that's that bit. So plenty to do. And then we've got to, you know, front edge of this has got to be done. That's got to be done. But if I cut that off there, then this all will become, you know, start floating about even more, which you can see it's got movement in it now. Well, obviously if I cut that off, it will go all over the place. And then of course that is tied in to this chassis rail, this piece. So when I cut that off, I want everything held. So in light of that, I've got to make something up, because all this has got to be rebuilt. And this is where the hinges, door hinges go, so it's critical. So I've got to do something to keep the door hinges in place, that in datum, and that's where your windscreen mounts. So I've got to do something there. So that's my plan. So in light of that, I'm going to use this piece here, this bracket. So I'll put that across there. So I'm going to come off of this bracket up here, come off like that, and then we'll have a mount in there, and then it will tie into there and into there. And what I'd like this jig is to be able to come off of the car and use it on the bench when I'm remanufacturing that. So the plan with that is to make these. So I've made one of these up. So I turn them down on the lathe, these little pins as it were, or plugs, then mounting them on a plate. And the idea is that goes in there, you see? So look, that'll pop in there, and then that holds that in place. So that's where the where the hinges go. So this, where I've turned them down, will pop through there like that, you see? So you can see how that mount there? Look, you see? So it literally sort of plugs in. So that can't go anywhere now, look, you see? So with that bolted on, that's going to be nice and rigid. And then I can tie off of here to come out onto that thing, whatever that is going to be, which will be a bit of that 40mm steel tube, which I use to make those. So I've got plenty of that. So that's what I'll make them out of. Now I'm only going to do one of these at a time, one side at a time, but obviously it's a mirror image for the other side. So what I want to do is be able to reuse this lot, switch it over the other side, which might take a bit of working out, but we'll see. We should do. And I've checked that one on the top. They're all the same thing, same pattern. And see that all clips in there as well, and that becomes very solid, which is what we want. And of course these have these captive bits in here, which you can't see that. You see, you can't see that one, but it'll have a captive plate in there. That one's missing. Well, it's not missing, it's on the bench. Look, I'll show you. Well, what I've got to do is make the little retainer that holds that in. So that one often got zinc plated whilst I was about it, so it'll last a bit better. Well, it was lasting quite well actually, wasn't it? But you know what I mean, keep it sorted. So that's that. You see that goes on there, and that's what the bolts will bolt through onto. Then these little returns will hold that in place. Yeah, that's what it will do. Now if we go to the other side of the car, we've still got it on the top of that one. Look, there you go, all our way round. See what I mean about sorting these turrets out? Don't you do, eh? Yeah, so look, you can see there, that's where they bolt on like that. That's where the hinges are bolt on. And then if we get round here, you see I've cut all that thing off there. There, you can see where they hold it on. You see the little tangs? They stop it dropping out when you take the hinge off. And obviously these have got to be bent over a bit and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But that's it. And then of course on the bottom one, you see they're missing. So I've got to sort that out. And then of course this, as I say, that's the witness of what's left of that panel that was on there, which wasn't on this side. They'd cut it off. You get it. You can see same problem. So this panel, you know, they cut that off the other side, but that's what's underneath that lot. So you can see all this needs rebuilding. So, and that was the weld where they'd welded something over the top of it all. But you can see what I'm getting at, what I'm trying to do. So all this has got to be come off to do it, hasn't it? But I'll start with that side. I'll start over there by doing that one. There's our little floors. Well, first of all, that's under the back seat. That's where that fits. So that'll be all right. This floor's original. That one I replaced. So, you know, that's a start, isn't it? So with it on the jig here, on the Celette jig, I can progress this quite quickly. There's a lot to do, but because I've made a lot of these panels already, it shouldn't be too bad. Although, obviously, you know, it's involved. So this chassis rail's all got to be done. And we started drilling the spot welds out. So you can see that's one panel, that's another panel, that's another panel, and then this panel's missing stuff. Then this strengthener, already made that. That's where your front suspension ties up. Top mount goes between the top wishbone goes off of here, then goes onto there, ties into that pin there. There's a bolt in there. So that's what becomes your top wishbone. And your lower arm comes off of here, like that, and it triangulates across here with a track control arm up to that where it pins in there. So this is my suspension point. So, you know, I've got to get these right. So of course that, I had nothing to go by here because all that was all torn out of the chassis when we took it apart because it was all knackered. But those ones are still in the right place. So of course I got them, sorted that out, and then measured that off of there to make sure it's square. So this is all square and this is true. So now this can't move because I've got this in here. So all that stays in the right place. So I can take this off, do whatever I want to this lot, and then push this back up, and then it will stay, you know, and then that gives me my datum, which is the whole point of putting it on this Celette jig. Because without this, we can't keep things in, you know, you can weld things on it, but it'll be in the wrong place. But yeah, you can see this A-post area is pretty shocking, isn't it? So, yeah. I have to deconstruct all of that and then make it on the bench. So that's the idea, is that this jig that I make for here will hold this in place. So I can put this on and it'll keep a datum of where this goes, so that when I take this off, I can put it back on and use the jig to align it. But whilst it's off, I can use that same jig to, you know, assemble this off the car to a degree. Because obviously a lot of it's got to be done off the car. You see, so that panel, you see how rusty this panel is. So this panel needs remaking, doesn't it? So I've got to make that. But obviously that has got these reinforcing bits on it. You see that's two pieces of metal there. And then obviously you've got these little tangs that go in there to hold that on. So there's a lot going on in this panel. So it's going to take a bit of making, isn't it? And then it's all got to go back in the right place. And this will all be reinforced in here. See, this is thicker material. So, you know, and whether I'm going to salvage any of this, I mean, look at it. Probably going to have to remake all new. And that's to do with the sort of check strap area. These sort of pinned, not pinned, they sort of sprung loaded check straps that go over the hinge, which are quite often missing or broken, but you can buy them now. So that can be sorted out. So that keep busy, won't it? It's a bit daunting when you look at it, isn't it? But I think it'll be all right, be fine. I don't reckon there'll be any trouble at all. There's a little Arbath project. And got the Corello up in there. I was making that Corello mount up, so I had quickly time to sort that out. And these are some reinforcements that they do, so I've done those. That's just something I'm working on. They have these reinforcements come off of here. Then these, I think, are for the brake pipe to pass through, because the brake pipe used to be pinned on there. There's a little tang there, but I've taken it off. And this brake pipe goes, and it'll go across there, goes through there and through there, and then out this side. But this is just a test piece. This needs a bit of sorting out. And then I guess I've got to seam weld all of these as well. But anyway, that's my own thing. So that comes when I have a bit of spare time, and I don't have that much spare time, as you can imagine. And then I want to catch up on reading, don't I? We lost Len Dayton this week, so I thought, well, in his honour, I ought to read the Ipcress file, hadn't I? Love the film. Never thought to read the book. So there we are. We're catching up on Harry Palmer. Well, I reckon Harry Palmer be a full Cortina man, don't you think? Not a Fiat Dino man. I bet that's a Crook's car, isn't it? Fiat Dino. Would be in that one, wouldn't it? Okay. That's all for now. Better let me get back on with it.